My mic was no, scuff. Immediately, scuff.
We got to start muted every time, right?
Here we
Yeah.
go. Welcome. My mic was muted. Doug immediately started clipping. This is great. Happy HAMETSU launch.
Yay, here we are.
HAMETSU. It's HAMETSU. I can't even. I'm so tired. I can't even look.
HAMETSU.
Thank you guys for being here. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to HAMETSU launch day.
HAMETSU. We got some people HAMETSUing in the chat right now. Already getting into orders. Getting into hype.
Hello, everyone.
As you can see, to get the obvious out of the way, we're all sitting in our own personal houses today. North Texas is all frozen, and we don't do that. We don't do ice here very well, especially me being Australian. So unfortunately, we weren't able to be in the stream room in the studio today, which is a bit of a bummer because, but it is what it is. It's better than us all dying on the icy roads.
Very true.
And then you wouldn't get any HAMETSU content. Welcome. It's so great to see so many familiar faces here. I realized that I forgot to put a banner image on the website, so I need to do that on the homepage real quick.
Perfect.
If anyone finds any issues with the website, if you're having any problems, just spam them in the Discord.
If you're like me, and on the image currently it shows 0, or it even shows the old page or something, what you need to do is, what's the command for it, Ben?
I think you can just shift refresh, right?
Yeah, I think shift refresh clears your cache. Oh, maybe. I don't know. How do you? We'll figure this out. But you may just need to clear your cache.
Ori, ask Kosu.
Kosu, how do I? Control Shift.
Control Shift R. So what you have to do is you have to put all your fingers in a little random assortment and get all the little buttons.
Classic. We go live at 6:03. My wife calls me at 6:03. So
that's perfect.
Answer
We expected nothing
Answer
less.
the call, please.
I will.
Thank you guys, everybody, for being here. Seeing a lot of new names in chat. That's awesome. A lot of new faces too. Welcome, guys.
If you have any questions about how a Backroom event works, how our pre-orders work in general, if you have any questions about the game, if you want to know about the lore, if you want to know about us, about Doug, if you want to know, I don't know, what my blood type is, I guess you can ask that too.
Yeah, I don't know my blood type.
I don't
either.
I also don't.
I don't know either.
Funny?
We should do a game lab where we all go and donate blood, and then it's revealed.
I can't donate blood. I don't think I can donate blood.
Oh.
I always assumed I couldn't because of the medications that I'm on and stuff.
That may be. This
has got nothing to do with the games. People didn't come here to talk about it.
It's the drugs. I can't donate. That's all I know.
So far, Shopify, anyone who joined us for one of our original Backroom launches would remember that our website used to break every time.
Yep.
And now Shopify seems to be doing a little bit better. Ooh, there's a bug. Someone reported a bug.
Where?
I can fix that. I didn't link to.
You can't donate blood. Is that
Is that a bug?
Also, Ben, is the links for this counting stuff actually activated?
That's amazing.
It should, but if you remember, it takes a little bit of time to
Oh, we have to
update.
go in and manually.
All right. While y'all are putting out fires, I'm gonna answer a couple questions that we've had.
Yeah.
Hero of Canton. So we get our orders on the 22nd, I assume. Winky face. No, you don't. This is a pre-order, but you will get them faster than a Kickstarter. I'll tell you that. I think almost all of our backrooms have fulfilled within 6 months.
So Yevsiga,
we're looking at 6 to 7.
Yeah, 7.
Yevsiga was the longest lead time because it was the first one that we did a hardback book, and those are typically between 10 and 12 weeks, print ship time. So like that includes printing, that includes like the proofing, and then that includes like getting it on a ship and getting it here to the US. And the printer like bang on hit the date that they told us they would hit. So that was pretty good. So we kind of have a bit of a better idea of like what the timeline is going to be a little bit.
Yeah.
For this one.
Poodles, it kind of looks like the big Oni comes in a tier class, but then to get the small ones, you got to rebuy the big ones. No. The digital version will come with the Oni STLs, but the actual Oni resin miniatures are one of the unlock goals. The tiers come with the ones that come with miniatures comes with the core characters and the bosses, and then the Oni will be unlocked as a purchasable add-on for physical casts of those.
And that actually leads us to a Princey next question. Has mini production for sorted? The answer is yes, but no. We're bringing in casting in-house, and our previous person, the person that's been casting 2.5 years now, is going to be on site and setting up our machines and training us on all of our molds we have. So, like, within the end of next week, we'll know if it's sorted or not sorted. We should be getting it in next Monday and running molds. And if it's sorted and it's in-house, then it should be sorted better, because we can actually... We don't have to put in, like, a contract that's for someone else to cast it.
Yeah, we'll control the influx of that stuff.
So,
yeah, but the cool thing is like, because we're working with the printer that the caster that we've worked with for the last few years, like Connor said, like it's the same technology, we're using the same mold technology, so not a whole lot is changing. At the end of the day, like, it's just us spinning the molds.
Yeah. Correct. Glistening Dragon, how much inspiration did you pull from Hunt Showdown? Seems very similar to the board game. I didn't even know there was a Hunt Showdown board game.
What is Hunt Showdown?
I've played the video game a ton. I love Hunt Showdown. I think it's a great game. But the fact that they have a board game kind of makes me mad, because I didn't know it existed and I need to pick it up. That sounds super cool.
Poodles, no, we're not getting in. I'm assuming you're talking about the CO cast. We really were looking at the CO cast and aren't putting it off the table in the future. But at this point, we have like over 200 molds that are meant for our spin cast resin, and it is somewhere at or less, or not sure if less or more. It's like 1/10 of the cost to set up spin casting according to the CO casting. So we'd rather like take all the assets we have and immediately hit the ground running, knowing how to use them, than like waiting 10 months for a new machine and hoping that we can figure out how it works.
Yeah, it's obviously there is some risk associated with bringing casting in house for sure, but I think that one of the goals for us as well with this whole process is like we really wanted to mitigate as much like risk as possible. I think there's variables that obviously we don't know about because it's a new type of manufacturing workflow for us, but I think we feel pretty confident at this point that the team we have is up to the task. Yeah. And also, I'll segue into another point that I really like to make with people when we talk about these backroom events, which I think is a little bit different, is like when we launch these games, like what we're aiming for is like a really nice sustainable launch that can like give us some sustainable growth. What we don't want is like massive explosive, like, oh damn, we did like $180,000 and we have to do 3,000 Oni miniatures or something, and like, because in order to scale our company into that would be like a nightmare. And that's why a lot of businesses like get into trouble with Kickstarters, is like the scalability part of it is where they fall apart. So what we want is to launch this game with as much fanfare as possible and as much splash, and give you guys some bonuses. But what we really want to do is just like be really, careful about what we're doing, because we ultimately want to get you guys the product as quickly as possible and without as few hiccups as possible too.
We also can immediately get them. I mean, we're going to get the machinery in next Monday, and the fulfillment is not dependent on how well Hametsu does. Like, this is, and why it's not a crowdfunding, why we consider it more of a pre-order system, is these products are going to exist.
Right.
And it's not like we're like, oh, we need $180,000 so that we can buy the machine to make the thing, and if we don't get it, we're not going to be able to afford the machine. Like that is what we've always said Kickstarter is for, is like when you actually need the money to do the thing, and we don't need the money to. We just want to like make a big splash from the get-go.
Yeah.
A few things before we get too far. Be consolidated with your initial shipping. So unlock purchases. So like things like these resin Oni miniatures. If you have bought a tier 1, 2, or 3, like essentially if we're already shipping you something, you can buy that for free and it will just get tacked onto your order. If you buy a digital bundle and then buy a physical product, you would have to purchase shipping for that because we're not shipping you anything. We will consolidate all the orders as best we can and ship them all at once at the end of the moment, which, as we said earlier, could be anywhere from 7 months. We're on the website down here at the bottom. You can see in the FAQ, we're aiming for August. Was like right here, but down here in the second paragraph. We're aiming for August fulfillment. Honestly, I feel like we're gonna do it in July, if not earlier. But we're gonna put down August for now. There was another question. Shipping. Yes, Germany, New Zealand. So our shipping, our formula says pull the live shipping rate and multiply it by a percentage. And that percentage is based on if you're in the EU or Australia or UK. And by percentage, I mean like 80%, 70%, 60, 50% to where we eat some of the cost. If shipping's high, that just is because shipping's high. we do not manually set high shipping. And in all cases, we eat at least some of the cost. I think if you're sending stuff to like, which I don't even know if we send it. I think Japan right now gets slapped the hardest with like how much we can't eat on their cost just because it didn't so much. All that said, we wish we could control shipping, and we totally get that shipping is bonkers and high right now. But it's literally live rates straight from USPS and UPS. They're the ones that dictate.
Yeah, we actually we had flat rate shipping for a long time, for almost up until the last a year ago. And we just it just didn't really work financially for us, for a company of our size. Like we're not shipping the volume, and we're not really selling the volume in order for us to really wear those costs. So for us to be able to fuel some growth, and for us to be able to grow as a business, we couldn't do that anymore, unfortunately. So we had to move to live rates. For people in the US, they didn't really see that much of a change, maybe a couple of bucks on average. But unfortunately for folks in New Zealand, what I saw some posts in the Discord and stuff, that's unfortunately nothing that we can do about that at the moment. That's why, though, we did do the digital bundle this time around, because we want to give people a chance to get, if they got printers, if they got things like that. It's kind of hopefully going to remove that barrier.
Shuttleduck asks, is verticality a big component in the mechanics, like jumping on rooftops? Sorry if this was covered already in the gameplay vids. It wasn't, and that's a great question. I wouldn't say that it's a necessary component of the game, but there are definitely character classes that care about it more than others, and the rules support it. I think that's the best way to put it, is if you want to do that kind of stuff, you certainly can.
Ben, you need to get to work, mate. That sumo character unlocked.
Oh, I already did it.
Shoot, I need to pay more attention.
Dude, I'm doing stuff you guys don't even realize.
So sumo is unlocked. Now, let's take a quick gander through this page, right? I think it's worth doing. Obviously, here's a little bit about why we do Backroom and all that sort of thing, why it's not on Kickstarter, why it's their own website. Hunters recruited, sales, items purchased. That's all pretty self-explanatory. Pre-order bundles. So as most of you have probably figured out and purchased, it seems like, you have your tier 1, which is just your book, the PDF, this measuring, I've been calling it a Tonto. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a measuring
Accurate
gauge.
enough.
Measuring gauge and the free running. The tier 2, which is everything plus the 9 class character sculpts and the 6 larger boss sculpts. And the bosses are meant to sit, like the spider, it's on a 60mm base, right? Correct?
The spider?
Yeah,
he's on a
Gumo.
60.
So these boys are some chunky boys.
Yeah, these ain't some teeny tiny little minis.
Tier 3
No,
comes
dude.
with all of that, plus the Foundation's castle, this awesome destroyable and put back togetherable mill, the Zen Garden, tea house, and this watchtower. So these are like the physical purchases that you could get. We also, as been said, digital bundle for $95. You get 9, 6. You get 20 miniatures plus the PDF plus anything stretch goals that has this purple tag. These are worth reading if you're in this backroom event. Tier 2 and Tier 3, anything that's unlocked and has this red tag, you get automatically added to your order. So if you look down here at this alternate sumo sculpt, Tier 2 and 3, boom, you guys are getting that. We've already unlocked it. It's going in your order. You're going to open it up with the rest of the stuff. Anything with the purple digital tag, like this as well, will be added to your order. Now you may say, Connor, digital bundle, I'm not receiving a physical sumo. Correct. You will receive an STL of this model. The free gift item at 7,500, the 3D trap markers. I cannot pronounce what these were, but there is a Japanese word, caltrops. The poison rice ball and the smoke will be added to your account for download, the STL files. Alternate geisha sculpt, you'll get my
Just
dog
don't eat the
because
rice
he's
ball.
super annoying. You get, if you're in a tier 2 or 3 purchase, you get this as a mini. If you're in digital, you'll get the STL.
Show the dog. Show the dog. He needs to be seen.
Where is he?
Wally, come over
Oh,
here.
both of them.
Look at them.
Hey, get in the chair. Up.
Any subs
Hey.
got to drop Wallies in the chat right now.
Hey, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Give me them
He's
Wallies.
got a pineapple. He's like super excited about that pineapple. And doesn't like loud noises. Now she's embarrassed and running away.
Look at all them Wallies. Let's go.
Perfect, Wallies. So yeah, so that's it. The blue thing is purchasable. You can buy these, have them shipped. You can buy them if you have bought a tier 2 or tier 3. It'll be added to your order without any additional shipping charges. But you do have to buy them. They're automatically added. And that's it. As you can see, we have this initial offering all the way up to 16,000. We have up to, I think, 25 or 30,000, like already locked and loaded, ready to go.
Yeah.
With like
and
a ton
we
more
have
content ready
about
to add after that.
Twice that ready after the fact. Oh.
Yeah, we have, and Doug also has a ton of stuff that he wants to unlock to kind of like expand on what he wants to do with the game, I think too, which is really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of rulebook content that I'm interested in getting to.
We sort of have like a goal that we want to hit in terms of like how big we want the rulebook to be, like page count wise. But the actual final page count is kind of like won't be kind of locked in until we know how much stuff gets unlocked during the campaign and all that kind of stuff. So minimum it'll be like between 150 to 180 pages, like, and that's at like worst case scenario. It'll most likely be more than that. So yeah, well, thanks everyone for the support so far. Like,
Yeah.
we're
this is
doing
great.
we're
Yeah, we
selling
already
some Hametsu books.
We already got
I
that
love it.
sumo boy.
Sumo boy feeling good.
Digital
talked about
stuff will most likely deliver sooner than the physical stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, 99%.
I don't really see any reason why it wouldn't. to be honest. Obviously, the files need to be checked and supported and all that kind of stuff. But one of our goals is, and we did this with the Sega thing, we would like to get the PDF out to all of the backers, and then that way people can give us any last minute feedback. And that was really good with the Sega, because it was like, hey, this isn't super clear, or like, even if we like edit things and proofread them and all that kind of stuff, there's always a couple of things that sneaks through.
Owen, if you buy a tier that has physical product in it, so you get 1, 2, or 3, if you buy add-ons later, we will ship them with those original ones, and it won't cost you extra shipping.
Now, if you want to buy an additional tier 2 or tier 3,
Right.
it'll try to charge you shipping, and you'll have to reach out to us and be like, "Oh, I bought 1 tier 3, but I really wanted 3 of them," and we'll have to sort it out. Which, why would you do that? You're insane. But
Yeah.
the like these resin Oni miniatures, anything that's like this, shouldn't charge you shipping when you go to check out with it. Will the traps be available to the tier 2? Yes, the traps and actually a few more other things are later down here in this list as a physical product that we will spin and or dump mold, because this thing is like 5 by 3 by 1 inch here in the back.
Yeah, the smoke.
It's a
The
big boy.
smoke thing is pretty big.
So, and then the caltrops is 3 inches. So, well, hey, what do you hush? So yes, that will potentially be available, but we gotta get through some stuff first. And you'll notice, like, the cardboard punch-out tokens, the art just isn't quite finalized for these yet. We aren't gonna give you guys a black sheet with no punch-outs on it.
Actually, we are. It's modern. This is
Secret
modern.
tokens.
Basically, this is minimal gaming. So,
You're right. This is the Shinobi token sheet.
it's one
Right.
token. It's like one sheet with one large token in it, and you punch it out, and then it opens a portal into Hametsu, and you go in there, and then you get destroyed by monsters.
It's like Jumanji. You're just like in the game then.
Yeah. What year is it?
Gosh. So, MTF smoke screens. Demos at Adepticon, yes. We are planning on having some demos run by Doug. I'm not going to say that they're all day or even frequent, because Doug will also be helping us run the booth.
Yep.
But there are demos planned for that, and all of our games, both published and not quite so far.
Mhm.
Yeah, and some new stuff.
Yeah.
Some new stuff will be there. Just to caveat on that, though, so that everybody's clear, Hametsu will not be available
Yes.
for purchase at Adepticon, because it's not going to be done yet. We won't have fulfilled by that point, and the backroom will already be finished. So,
We may have some like little preview stuff to show off. But if you are a Hametsu backer and you come up to the booth at Adepticon, we'll give you a firm handshake.
and a thank you.
Yeah.
Darrow says, any plans on releasing the models as STLs after? Probably. I'm not sure. We haven't really talked about that
Yeah.
yet, but
Yeah,
we'll
as big fans of ours will know, we have had a history of being wary when it comes to digital product.
Yeah.
We've dipped our toes in a bit more with STLs and things over the past few months, but when it comes to these backroom events, this is how we see it working for us. That doesn't mean that all these things won't be available on their own as STLs at a later date. But just for this initial push and event and sales offering, we wanted to give this digital bundle as an option.
Yeah. For me, it's like it's really mostly just to help out people outside of the US, truthfully. I mean, if I'm being honest, I would much rather people buy our physical product, because I think it's a better customer experience for you. You're going to get a really, really nice book. Like, the print quality is going to be really nice. Like, obviously these days people like 3D printing though, so it's kind of it's one of those things,
Yeah.
So we're trying really hard to cater to everyone. Obviously we can't be everything to everyone, but we are trying to like figure out a way that we can make digital products like viable for us with these launches. So this is kind of a first test, and it's also
Cool.
why we set it up the way we did. So
Gotta unlock it.
sweet.
What is
me
it? The digital
Go
3D trap
into
markers. Okay.
Photoshop and
So-
edit that.
For those of you guys who have purchased this digital bundle that we were just talking about, you guys will receive these STLs in your account. If you've never bought STLs or digital stuff from us before, or didn't buy the FSEGA, Backroom, or Lunar that had PDFs, on our account, on our website, when you make an account, you should be able to access that account and click through, and you'll see like my stuff, and you'll click it, and it's doing a download, and you just download it. I think you also get an email. Now, if you go there right now, you're gonna say, this stuff isn't in my account yet. And like the PDF, that's because digital stuff will be added to your account once the event closes. We making these assets, pre-supporting them, uploading them, all that sort of jazz is like not quite an instant thing because we're going to be unlocking stuff as we go. That's just going to be the way it is. But it's like not going to be August. You should probably get all that stuff. And I would hope in March, but we do have Adepticon to prep for. So
Yeah, I'm thinking it'll probably be sometime after Adepticon.
Yeah.
But
and yes, the traps, there is a goal unlock down here in the 20s that will turn this into physical product and more. The game HAMETSU also has like little lootable treasures you can find and hiding spots and all sorts of fun little assets that we're going to be able to dig into. That are probably going to get added these as well, but we'll see. Listen. When these things take off, we like just throwing stuff at you guys because we genuinely appreciate it. We know that a tier 3 set at $400, even though it's like over $100 up, that's a great deal. I would buy that if I didn't have it already. We know it's a lot of money.
Listen to this guy.
And we appreciate it. We do genuinely appreciate it, and we know that. Listen. We don't want to.
What are you trying to say here?
We appreciate.
I think what he's trying to say is thank you for the support.
Thank you for the support. We appreciate it. I am so out of my element in my own this room right now streaming, and there's like 17 windows in front of me on the screen.
Dude, your neighbors are just like, what is that guy doing?
Keeping that shit.
With this giant.
He's working for the government over there.
Yeah.
It's like sleeted outside. Like there is the illusion of snow on my neighbors' houses. It's not actually snow because it's just frozen ice. But,
Melgarth,
we'll take a look at that and see why the banner's not popping up.
It's there. I'm on the website right now. It's there.
Maybe
You may.
version.
A lot of people like their stuff caches for them, so it just takes a little while to like.
Yeah.
Look at that book.
But it's in the. It should be in the menu. And everything.
Yeah, I just clicked through the menu. It's probably just a cache thing.
Cool.
Are we saying that word correctly?
Am I saying cached
Cache.
correctly? Cache?
It was a we.
Cached?
Is it
Who
a
knows?
Are we saying it?
Who knows?
Cache, a sachet? Is it
Cache
sashed?
Sachet. I think sachet is correct. I think that sounds the most correct.
If you take your data and it be sashed.
Saged.
Cash? Cash.
Okay.
Cash. All right.
Cashin.
I don't care about any of these people's opinions. I need Kosu. He says cursed. He says you pronounce it cursed.
I love it.
Oh man. Cool. So what's next on the list here? We got that. The alternate geisha sculpt. Resin Oni miniatures. I really should talk a little bit about this.
I'll be right back.
Digital cave system. Like even potentially opening up some models to show how it clips together.
Dude, you can do whatever you want.
There's some rules stuff when we get over here to the 20 that I'm pretty excited about.
Oh, wait. Before you do that, this is
Okay.
something else that's important that we often forget to talk about, is we do have a retail bundle available too.
Oh,
So
yes.
it's 5 books, and you get 5 free gift minis. It's got a really good discount on it. So if you are an FLGS or if you have an FLGS that you really love, hit them up. Be like, yo, $179.97 is the price, and they get the free gift minis, and we'll send them a few other little bits and pieces too. And they can just literally just get on the website and pre-order it. We sold a couple of those during the HAMETSU launch.
UFC launch.
And during the UFC launch. And this is something we are really trying to do better at. We've been really bad about working with stores the last 5 years or so. And we're trying to improve on that and kind of, work with stores. So just wanted to mention that.
You
Send
may
it
realize
to your store manager and be like, made in Texas.
we went from
Do it.
our standard 10 minimum order quantity to 5 because we really want to help the little guy. We really want to make it as accessible, and we understand that for some stores 10 is too many. So we get it, and we hope that buy it.
Yeah. Someone said tier 1, any shipping cost available to Canada. It should display on the website. If you go through the checkout, it'll display any live shipping rates for you. As we were explaining earlier, we pull those rates directly from our shipping vendors. So if it's a little expensive, then it's just because that's unfortunately the way it is. But they should display for you in the checkout.
Yeah, you should be able to go, like, I think it's from your cart, like, to the next screen, and it allows you to input, like, your shipping stuff.
Yep.
And get the estimated shipping.
Spider
and you
alone.
also get a little free MDF Samurai measuring widget. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did we talk? I don't think we've talked about the first 24 hours, and I don't think we've talked about the Ronin. And
Let me answer
that
this
good stuff.
question real quick. Someone asked if they get our LGS to buy, can they change the 5 copies to be whatever tier bundles 5 people want? Probably not.
No, that would be kind of weird for our pricing structure.
Yeah, the other tiers aren't really kind of set up at the moment for like retail discounting, since they already have like discounts applied and stuff.
Yeah.
But they
they're
can
pretty
always reach
steeply
out to
discounted
us.
for the Backroom.
They can always reach out to us if they have any questions and things like that. But yeah.
Thank you for your order.
Let's show
Imperial
the
Terrain.
let's show the
Show
let's
the
show
knife.
the
Show the knife right now.
the knife. Show them the knife.
The measuring knife for Don't Look Back is potentially one of our favorite. Ooh, look at that window. It's potentially one of our most loved products, it seems like, by our customers. And we figured that we would join in on the fun here with this HAMETSU blade. It's 12 inches long, has a little nick here at the 6-inch mark for easily reference to figure things are. Has a 3-ply handle with a little guard up. Pretty excited
Very nice.
about it. We also, this little Ronin dude down here, if you order any, the tier 1, 2, or 3 product, you're going to get that Ronin guy. You can't see him in the image right now because of the way this screen is.
Nice.
Oh, wait.
You can tell by the way it is.
You can tell. We're just going to go all the way back. Because there's a still image of him right there. Boom. Look at that bad boy. Look at him.
So cool, man.
He has the magic ability to flip his sword around.
Okay, all right. So I sculpted this, and I was pulling some early morning hours in this past week, getting a lot of work done. We're talking like 4 a.m. So I finished this, and it looked good to me. It looked great to me. And then I put it up on the Discord, and then Matt, the writer of Don't Look Back, was like, "Did you mean to like have his sword like backwards?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "The curve is the wrong way." And I was like, "Wait."
No.
I was like, "Wait, no, it's not." And I was like looking at it, and it didn't click until he mentioned it that I'd done it the wrong way around. So anyway,
Which is
it is
bonkers to me. I genuinely don't
Listen.
understand. And I think that
Me-
the other take is me and Doug and many other people were like, "Oh, cool, you did Rurouni Kenshin's blade. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, like the
Samurai
reverse
X."
blade.
I should have just been like, it's intentional. You're welcome.
How did you? I'm just like, how did you put a blade on? I'm still flabbergasted.
That's so
by it.
great. I
Look,
love it.
I'm just trying.
Ben's
I'm
had
just
like an
here-
hour
I'm
of
just
sleep
here
in the
to
past week,
Yeah.
and
I'm
it was
just
right
here to
before
entertain.
stream when he took a nap.
You know,
Yeah.
and listen, if you're like a massive weeb and you're like, hey, I want a backwards blade, you can just clip it off.
Snip
and
that
flip
off, glue it
around.
on, baby.
There you go.
We're
There it
super
is.
close to the alternate geisha sculpt, which means that all tier 2 and 3s will get that miniature, and the STO will be added to middle tier digital
Yeah.
bundle.
I'm most excited about the Oni unlocking the resin Oni miniatures. So there is one other sculpt that I need to finish, which will most likely be finished and updated. I'll update the page and stuff, and that's the Oni lookout, and he has like a bow and stuff like that. But once that's unlocked, then that'll go up for purchase.
Look at these. Man, talk about these scrimbly little boys over here. Okay, is this a mustache? Are these
Little
mustaches coming out?
Little scrimblos, that's what I like to call them.
Yeah.
Those are the lesser Oni, okay? So those are the little dudes. These are the guys that like, oh, I hear something outside, and you go outside and they're like raiding your little food store, taking the pots. Look at him. He has those are his little horns. He has little horns.
This is a
sticking
horn.
out of his-
What's down here?
What is
this?
going on?
I enhanced.
I think what we're looking at is 3 pixels worth of information.
It's a potato.
He
of an
also
image.
has well, they all have little mustache thing. I say he, I mean, who knows what gender these weird little things
Right.
are. They come out of like a hole in the ground, probably.
Oni are probably their
Um,
own gender.
That's true.
They
Someone
probably
looked
reproduce
that
asexually.
up.
You just split in half, and then you have 2
but-
Oni.
There is a bunch of different types of Oni in the game, and these are the lesser Oni. So these are like the real, like, I guess.
They're your cannon fodder, man.
You cannon fodder. That was, I was trying to
They're-
find a more like.
They're there
Appropriate
to
word
warm
to
you
use.
up. You know.
Yeah.
So
Conversely, we have.
and these are
guys.
quite small. They're
Not these,
so
the
those are
lesser
on like
Oni.
25 mil bases, the lesser Oni, and they're actually possibly going to be sized down just a tiny little bit. So the renders are maybe
They are tiny little
tiny little bit bigger than what they will be. And honestly, because like in the resin pack, you get like 10 of them because you need like
Yeah.
a bunch. And then here we have the Oni Captain, which is the guy. What weapon does he have, Doug?
The
It's
captain is a Naginata.
That's right. And then the Oni Shaman, who has a giant basket hat, which there is a name for that I always forget. But
It's
I really
weird.
love them.
I love it, dude.
That's
I love
incredible.
And then he
Incredible
has
beard.
he has the longest beard. So his beard is long because it's full of like secrets.
secret beard.
Very long
Exactly.
secrets. Secrets that a normal beard could not contain.
Yeah.
Shuttleduck asks thoughts on releasing MDF Oni tokens that we were using during the gameplay vids. Maybe later, if there's demand for it, we probably will. But
I think
they're-
instead,
they're not a
I would-
product. So
yeah. I mean, we probably could. I would prefer to just do like a cardboard punch-out sheet
yeah,
of like Oni symbols. I think that would be easier for us to produce and would be like a little more straightforward. The only thing is they wouldn't be like standees, which
I mean,
some
you
people
could-
might want.
Still,
we could admit they could
Cardboard.
be standees in a punch out thing as well. Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't really
Yeah.
matter.
But it is, funnily enough, it actually has come up in
it's
conversations
been
a
going
couple of
back and
times.
forth.
Because you need, in the game, you need a decent amount of Oni.
Well, that's
in
a
some of
question
this.
that's asked. Doug.
Yeah.
How-
So how
how
many
many
lesser
Oni?
Oni do we need in a normal game? It
happening?
really depends. Like there's not a set answer to that because as you're playing the game, the number of Oni on the board will change. The most you will probably need is like between 10 and 15, right? So there's when you randomly roll scenarios, it'll tell you how many enemies to put on the board. And there's one situation where you'll start with 10 lesser Onis on the board. If you don't kill any of those and then have to add a few more because of an event table roll or something happening, then you may have to add a few more. But more often than not, 10 is going to be enough to do 90% of your scenarios. So that's why we're going to do the pack with 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is a 3x3 board. Zilialio, Fazialio. Here, Umbrella Geisha. Yes.
Excuse me?
What did you just call
me?
me?
A stroke?
Fazialio.
Do you smell burnt toast? Do you smell burnt toast right now?
I'm hungry. Umbrella Geisha, yes. That is potentially not even a stretch goal. It's funny, the Geisha is the one that, like, we all... Well, at this point, there's the alt sculpt, and then Ben has another alt sculpt, and then I have another alt sculpt that I really want to see.
So you're just going to get, like, 20 Geisha.
Yeah. So just form up the band. You'll have 4 different Geisha to just strike through the Oni's ears. It'll be great.
Yeah, and truthfully, if you want the Umbrella Geisha, the one from our Zaibatsu Civilians pack, like, works, because it's a geisha with an umbrella.
I mean, she does have a gas mask on.
Do a face change and she's good to go.
Is there an estimate for the retail price of the Oni pack? Yes, I don't have it in front of me, but right?
I can get it.
It's more or less in line with our.
Well, okay, actually, it's going to be 2 separate packs. Did we say that?
Right.
Right.
So there's going to be.
We should clarify that.
Yeah, for this first purchase, there's going to be a pack of the 10 lesser Oni, and then there's going to be a pack of an assortment of these greater Oni. So it's going to be your captains, your shamans, your lookouts, and
that's it. So the Oni raiding party will have 10 lesser Oni and 10 Oni regulars, which are just like normal Oni. Okay,
that's
so that'll come with 20 miniatures.
In the back with
you'll get 20 of those there. And then the Oni champions will give you 3 Oni captains, 3 Oni shamans, and 3 Oni lookouts, which you will probably never have 3 of those on the table at the same time. If you do, you have really bad rolls.
That means you'll always have that many on the table.
Probably. Yep, exactly.
Yep, so there will be 2 packs of Oni released at 12.5, which low-key we might hit very soon.
We're getting close. We are getting close, boys.
Yeah.
Ben's getting nervous because
he wanted to
he has a lot of Photoshop to get to.
Ben's just watching. The more that ticker goes up, the more his sleep is going down. It's just like a teeter-totter, man. They're equal.
I don't need sleep.
Hey, look, the geisha's unlocked.
Yeah, nice, let's go.
Right there. Incredible. So yeah, the alt sculpt for the geisha is unlocked. If you have purchased a tier 2 or 3, you will automatically get this miniature in your package when it ships out. If you have purchased the digital bundle, you will get an STL of this miniature in your account, ready for download in like a month or so.
It's actually, I was pretty happy with how that sculpt came out. I was pretty happy. I've done like the like flowers and stuff. It's like accurate in terms of like the way people played those instruments. A lot of the images that like the geisha often sit and play them. Nah, I didn't do that. She's like fighting monsters and stuff, so I figured like that's not really appropriate.
She does kind of look like she's competing in an air guitar contest.
I legitimately did that on purpose. I'm like, no, I want her to be like actually rocking out right now with this.
Aggressively playing the most calming instrument on the planet.
Is there a special scenario where the castle is used to its fullest?
There will be in the first campaign, which will be included in the book.
The first campaign, you say?
Yeah, I do say.
Segue.
I do say.
What is that? Tell us about it, Doug.
So in the rulebook, you will have random scenario generation. So you can roll up a whole bunch of different combinations of scenarios. to play with your friends and just like pickup games and things like that. But it's also going to include the first narrative campaign called The Wolf and the Devil, which is made for level 1 characters. It's going to be like 6 to 8 games depending on how you play it, and it'll take you up through level 6 roughly, and has a lot of really interesting how do I say this? Answers a lot of really interesting questions about the origins of the Cataclysm and the Oni and what's kind of going on in this world. But yes, it will have a scenario that utilizes a large building that the castle would work perfect for.
So, and it's worth saying, the core book, minus that campaign, is set up for pick up and play games and just random generation. There is all sorts of combinations of setting and Oni and their behavior that can make a pretty unique hunt experience whenever you get onto it. The campaign is going to be much more structured, and while your characters will like influence the story to some degree, there is a storyline to HAMETSU that you will uncover throughout that narrative campaign.
It is for sure a narrative campaign. Now, I do want to clarify as well that the pick up and play games are not one-off games.
Correct.
Right? You're still building a character, you're still tracking progress, you're still gaining new equipment, you're still learning new abilities. All of that stuff tracks. It's just not a set of narratively linked games, right? Unless you decide to, which you 100% can. It can be very easily adapted to light RPG and give yourself situations and storylines and characters with motives, and all of that stuff can be added as a layer on top of the foundation that the game is. But as far as the pick up and play stuff goes, it's not just for like, it's not like a skirmish, right? Like, you're still building a character, you're still getting levels, you're still applying them, all of that.
Krinstai, how do you add it? The digital bundle should just be another product. So if you click it right here and hit add to cart, and it'll add to the cart, and then you would go back to tier 2 to right here and click this number and say add to cart. And then when you go to your cart, you'll have the tier and the digital bundle ready to go. And you aren't being charged shipping for the digital bundle because everything
You shouldn't be
is
charged
digital.
shipping. If it
should-
tries to charge you shipping, then let us know.
Please let us know so we can fix that.
So it's just
And
like
the
two
cool
different
thing
products.
actually about the digital bundle is that, say you like get tier 2 now and you're like, I don't know, someone gives you a 3D printer next week, you can come back and get it at any point. And it won't obviously charge you shipping. So
or the duration of the campaign, which is 20 days, 23 hours, 11 minutes, and 24 seconds.
Yes. February 21st. And remember, if you... Okay, wait, we keep forgetting about talking about this. For the first 24 hours, you get a literally...
Right, we got lost.
Literally free MDF kit. Like, you're losing money by not pre-ordering.
I don't have an where's the... Oh, it's right here.
It's on the website.
There is a picture on the website. Yeah.
It actually... This isn't the whole thing either, because it comes with another one of these gravestones.
It comes with 2 of those.
So much value.
Yeah, you get it. You have to assemble it. But it's like some little kits. Should be super easy.
And that's pre-painted too.
So like if you're getting the tier 2 that does not come with the MDF stuff, you will still get that small MDF kit. Right? We'll still send that to you.
Yeah, this is the only special case of the tier 1, 2, and 3. Everyone gets that.
Tier
if
1s
you
even get that.
purchase tier 1, 2, 3 in the first 24 hours. After this, come 6 o'clock tomorrow night Central Time, this is gonna be bye-bye. Don't get it. So this is the only this is the only thing that this is nine over here, and you won't get it, and you'll miss out. But pretty much everything else, like Ben was saying, you can come back and add anytime in the next 20 days, 23 hours, 10 minutes, and 4 seconds.
Yeah. And one thing I will say, the big difference between us running this and running a Kickstarter is the exposure. So these really depend on you guys sharing it with your friends, sending it out into groups on Facebook, putting it into Discord, saying, hey, I just picked up this game. I think it's great. You guys should snatch it up. Go grab one, whatever it is. Because that's really how we drive to these stretch goals, right? Is by community engagement and you guys sending it out and saying, hey, look at this new thing that I found. I love it. It's super cool. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, that's super key. We don't do like a ton of advertising. We don't do like a ton of like. We really just kind of rely on like that word of mouth exposure. And so far, it's worked pretty well for us, and we are really grateful that we've got an amazing community that support us time and time again. And I'm super thankful for you guys. But for anyone that's new, you know, like sometimes like just random, like it's like even the terrain, it's like if there's like there might be like some feudal Japanese groups on Facebook, it's like just share it, just be like, hey, these guys just dropped these new kits, like check it out.
Yeah,
it really
the
does,
terrain,
really does
the terrain is available separately, so anybody that you know that's interested that plays like Bushido or you know Test of Honor, any of those kind of rank and file games, even the stuff works for. So, and that's part of why we made the MDF in the way that we did, to where you can like add and remove the like ruined sections at will. Like it's not glued to the kit. You're not committing to the kit one way or the other. It's all modular. Is so that people who want, you know, more like period accurate buildings can use those, and people who want to play Hametsu with these burned up buildings, we can do that too.
Yeah. Speaking of modular, let's talk about this modular cave STL.
Ooh, let's go.
Let's do it.
I have not even gotten to look at this yet. I'm so excited to see it.
I can only show the blanks.
Connor's designed the blanks, and I've done 2 sculpted examples. So, show it off.
All right, let me take this image, change this to.
Also, while Connor's doing that, if you're curious about how Hametsu works, how gameplay works, you're kind of a little bit on the fence in terms of like, I kind of want to see like some gameplay, check out our YouTube channel. We did a really, really good game overview video that I think has given a lot of people like a pretty good kind of gist of what the game is like. We did a hero spotlight video, and that basically does like, this is how, you know, these heroes work. And then also we will hopefully, we were supposed to have a another video out today, but obviously the snow and ice kind of prevented that. But we're going to do a more mechanics focused video.
We're aiming to drop 2 or 3 videos a week about Hametsu stuff.
We're going to be hitting it pretty hard now that launch is up. It kind of frees up a little bit of time to go back to the content. Sleepy Face, do we have more terrain in the stretch goal unlock, such as the tower in Yafsiga? Yes.
I felt that one.
Yes.
Speaking to your soul.
Yeah. I don't know where these blanks are in my diffusion drive.
Yo, Indie Invasion, welcome. I'm starting to get MDF back up, but I want to get the kits. I mean, I don't have Japanese terrain. Listen, I will say, okay, I'm going to be salesman here for a second. If you get the tier 3 with the MDF, you're saving about $100, because we have knocked off a significant amount because there is just so much MDF terrain. It's at a pretty steep discount on the tier 3. So if you wait, you can still get it. It'll still be available. It's gonna be a lot more. So just throwing that out there.
Doug the salesman.
Hey, I'm trying to peddle my wares here, boys.
And the other thing too is like, what would you say? Okay, like let's say I'm a person, and I'm like, I don't want the tier 3. That's too much for me to spend right now. I want the tier 2. I want the tier 2. What kit would you, from the new range, would you suggest would be like a really good one?
If you're gonna get one, get one kit, the mill by far, dude. The mill is
or the garden bundle. The garden bundle's pretty nice.
The garden bundle is good, especially like if you play other games like Bushido or something. The garden is probably best. But the mill, like, it has sliding paper doors, and it has the ruins section and the corrugated card roofs. Like,
Sliding
it's
paper doors.
the mill to me, I think, is the best kit that I've designed. I love that kit so much. It's great.
The doors slide, people. They slide.
In 1 MDF thickness. So we have a 1 MDF thick wall, and the door inside it slides.
Genius.
Magic.
That bad boy. That bad boy goes from here to here. Here to here. Incredible.
Yep.
Let's take a look. Little blank. So there's a series of
Connor's like, guys, I really just want to show off my
Looking
like
off the street.
3D printed.
Because I think it's worth noting that they connect together.
Yeah, do it.
So let's see. There is this piece right here. The way that this system works, these are the blanks that Ben is like sculpting rocks on. Incredible. Guy can build a box and sculpt a rock, let me tell you. After that, there's these little pins. They have little notches in them. And let's grab this one. They clip on the bottom and then rotate. And then you could glue them on if you wanted them to not, or you could leave. And then the next piece just goes on the end. Super simple, super clean. Click, and you rotate it, and then you can make whatever you want. You may also notice that there's some in the middle that allows you to take some pieces like this one right here and move that. There's people who are much better if you who are like so hard. And move that right there, and then that gives you attachment. That if you say it wanted the half wall, slap that bad boy in. You even put it at like an angle right there, and that's fine because it's all circular. Incredible.
So
look at those pieces, and you can build so many things. There's also, Ben, are you planning on using the doorway at all?
I think so. I'd like to.
We have this doorway piece. This big doorway plug. Should be kind of fun to use. Then you could take this piece and like, slap it over here. Right there. That's like its own little... Anyways, pretty excited about that. I can't wait to just start printing them, you know, for like testing purposes by printing 10 of each.
Because we're 100% playing with those on stream. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add a lot of little like weird trinkets on the walls and stuff.
All right. Faziolio said, "Do any scenarios require specific terrain? Probably only the cave one. And even then, it's not that big of a deal. Like, you can just mark out what the interior of your cave looks like, and then that's it. Like, the game will give you suggested settings, but that doesn't mean that you have to have like this building with these dimensions to play that. If you roll like, let's say city, okay, you roll the city scenario for your random generation. It'll say like, hey, have some buildings, make it look cluttered, make it to where you can't draw line of sight except down like alleyways and roads and stuff. But otherwise, no, it doesn't require an insane amount of terrain for any of them.
I have a question for you, Doug.
Yeah, let me answer John Jack real quick. I already pledged. Okay. If I go back and add an MDF kit, will the shipping be included? If you bought a physical tier, then yes, we can combine the shipping.
It should automatically give it to you.
It should automatically
for free shipping, and then
actually no, it won't. It won't. So the MDF kits that are separate, those are listed as separate products.
Okay.
Add-on products that get unlocked for purchase won't charge you any shipping costs, but those MDF products are kind of like separate. However, you can reach out to us and we'll get you a free shipping coupon. And you can just add on whatever you want.
There you go. All right, Ben, what was your question?
I have a question for you.
What's up?
Let's say I want to play HAMETSU and I want to play a game using like a different era from Japan, like more like 1800s, early 1900s, where there's like like Last Samurai style era. That's like possible, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the game is miniature agnostic. You can use whatever minis that you like, whatever terrain that you like, and you can take any of it and reskin it to whatever thing you want it to be, which I think is super cool. I intentionally designed it that way because I know most people already have a vast miniatures collection. They already have a vast terrain collection. And sometimes I want to play a game and not necessarily like dive headfirst into something before I get to play it. So yeah, you can 100% just use whatever D&D minis or Warhammer Fantasy or whatever stuff that you have laying around that fits your stuff. You can do it. You want to use orcs as onis, that's fine. You want to use goblins as onis, that's fine. You want to use elves as your hunters, that's fine. Yeah, it's a solo co-op game. If you and your players are good with it, then it's good.
Yeah, I think that's cool. That's a cool thing to kind of clarify, and I was kind of curious about that when I was doing a lot of the sculpting.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben and/or
Cool.
Ori Kosu, this would be cool, totally feasible, right? On the website, as we're like the money's rolling in, could we have a moving registered line? So like in between here, 5 to 75, that's like $2,500. Like that's moving down the page with every order.
That sounds like that would be awful.
So like right now we're at like 11,000. It would be like somewhere right here. That'd be super easy, right?
Don't think that's possible,
It would
and
be
I don't
so
think that would be
cool to like
advisable.
index this page. Boy, bet you can't. Bet you won't. You're not good enough.
This is Connor's tactic. He's like, I bet you that you can't do it. And I'm like, I'll do it just to beg you.
Hero of Kansas says barely an inconvenience.
Yeah. I can tell you right now that would be an awful idea.
Matt wants to see the Baraku.
Show him the
Can we pull his little render up?
Yes, we can.
I love this sculpt.
Find him.
I love it.
I don't know if I have him solo. I have him with the other members of the School of Strength. Nope. School of Magic.
There you go.
There we go.
Raku.
Anyone that knows me knows that that's my most used word right now. So.
Scribblos.
See that guy. Incredible.
There's all the boys.
Yeah. Just gonna keep zooming in on this guy. Look at his little face. His little hand. Little.
So is that a kabuki mask that you put on him?
It's a
super
type
cool.
Let me Google this to make sure I'm not misspeaking here. It's a bunraku mask, which is a type of Japanese theater. They use puppets.
Yeah.
So I tried.
That's
to
what
make
he's named after.
Yeah, that's what I tried to make the mask kind of look.
So cool, man.
Look like. Masks are like a really big thing in a lot of the miniatures. If you notice, like, with the exception of the Nogitsune, all of the enemies actually have masks, and that was somewhat intentional on my behalf because I kind of really liked the idea that they're sort of like hiding their true like faces, and I just think they look cool. So
yeah, I love the idea of having the masks on everything, especially on the Shikigami, the spirit. It looks super cool, super cool, man.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot of like masks are pretty extensive in like Japanese mythology and like imagery and stuff, even down to like a geisha painting her face. Like it's a really big thing in their historical culture. Yeah, this sculpt was interesting.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about the little paper guys on there?
Well, so I was doing some research, and apparently they like trap the spirits in these little paper dolls. And I thought that was kind of a cool, really neat piece of imagery we could use. And then he's sort of like, I think you could paint that sort of like shape around him as cloth, or it could be like some type of ethereal, smoke or something. But I really wanted him to be like floating through the air, because when you described it in the book, it's described as floating.
Mhm.
And it also just looks a little weird.
Yeah,
I
it's
really,
cool
I really
because-
like things looking a little weird. And
This
a
is the
little
one that's
creepy.
like super hard to chase down, right?
Yeah, because it doesn't have a move action. It literally,
It's like-
at the beginning of its turn, it just scatters somewhere. It just
Which-
disappears and appears somewhere
I
else.
love the idea of these little papers just like fluttering out and then like coagulating somewhere else on
Yeah,
the field.
yeah.
I think you really nailed it on
Yeah.
that sculpt.
Let's go through all the bosses, I guess, while we're sitting
Okay.
here,
Yeah, let's do it.
because I think I'm really proud of the sculpts for those. Anyone that knows me knows that I spend a lot of time, because of a lot of our other games, sculpting humans. That's what and I've only been sculpting for a short amount of time, truthfully. So, it's kind of nice to like try something a little different. Here we have Spider.
Oh yeah, Ogumo.
Spider likes to wrap you up and take you to 99 time.
That means to being dead.
Yeah.
Guma's pretty cool. 60mm base. I think again you did a really cool job. The face
And the
one.
legs will obviously be separate on the spider. So my intention is a lot of the legs is that you can pose them. You know, they'll be on like a ball joint
Yeah.
where they go into the body. I just need to check that it's not going to be like an absolute nightmare to build. That's my only concern. So I'll need to print that and test it a little bit.
You may need to do like pairs of legs, or like 2 back legs are a pair. and
Yeah.
the front ones being
Yeah.
round.
We'll see. I just want to make sure that it's pretty straightforward for people to build, you know.
I really like the mask on this one too. It's like all cracked
Yeah.
and kind of ruined.
Yeah. I thought out of all of the like bosses, this one could be like ancient, like super ancient. So like maybe the mask is like made out of like cracked porcelain or something. I don't know. I kind of
That's
like
very
that.
cool. And I like that you had mentioned in a lot of the old like woodblock paintings and stuff of these creatures, they had like almost an Oni, like ogre kind of face. So I like that you kept it to that. Like
If you
instead of trying to
Googled-
make it just a big spider, because there's 1,000 of those.
Yeah, if you
You know.
Google the Ogumo, it'll show up a lot of weird art where it like has like all these eyes and like some of them look kind of silly in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry to diss ancient Japanese artists, but for this one I was like, if someone saw this spider and lived and then went away and drew it in their style of the time, maybe this is what they would kind of come up with, you
Or
know?
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is the epitome of terrified. Hey, here.
That's
Look
the
at him.
definition of a scrimblow right
Hold on
there.
a second. I went too far. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's incredible. Look at him. He almost looks happy. To be
He's coming
honest,
to you, dude.
is this
Imagine
a
waking
smile?
up. Imagine waking up and
struggling.
seeing that in the corner of the room. Whip out your sword, chop off of one of his little legs.
Yeah.
All right, show the foo dog, which is not what it is, but it's
Atomic Tiki, if you go to our VOD channel, which I'll go find the link for that, we actually have a couple VODs up on YouTube of us playing the full game.
Bro, these old woodblock prints were so a mix of incredible and just like scuff. So hard. This guy. This is a story. This is the famous
go.
one, right, Doug?
Which one? My stream's a little bit behind.
Tsuchigumo?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. That's one of the famous pictures right there. And there's another one too where it shows him like up in the corner of a room, and he just has like a human face. It's hilarious.
There's this one that's like a cow face. This one?
Yeah, there you go. That's it right there. That's the one where he's like up
Crazy.
in the corner.
These things. So
That one's great. He's got like stripes on
this
his
is
legs.
this is you guys. This is gonna be the hunters.
This is you
There
guys.
you go.
This
There
is
you
what you
go.
have to do.
right here.
Uh,
Just like hold them down and stab them in the neck. That's a surefire way.
Show the
It's up,
okay.
it's up.
Show the next one. Show the next one.
I'll show that.
This one's cool. It's got the wrong name on it though. It's not Enenra. It's what is
We'll
this
just-
one called?
Oh, I went back.
Komainu. Or
Komainu,
Komainu.
I'll zoom into.
I
what's up.
have my wife and I have a chow chow, which are very similar to like the Chinese mythological like lion dogs. So I just like. Obviously, my dog looks exactly like the sculpt. It's like 20 feet tall and has like a huge head and kills people. But yeah, it was. This one was really fun to sculpt.
I like that there's a little bell on it, so you know where it is in the house.
That's when if you start hearing that coming towards you, then you
Instead of like the little tinkling of a bell, it's just like a gong. Just boom, boom.
Yeah, that's cool. Which
What's
one's
the next
next?
one?
We got the Nogitsune, which is like the nine-tailed fox. Hey, this guy's got Sharpays. You know they cross Sharpays and Chows, and you get Chowpays, and they're like really cool. You should definitely get one of those. Yeah, this one was fun. It's technically a fox, and I think it's kind of hard to like make it look like a fox when it's giant.
Yeah.
It's also going to be a lot of resin.
Fox
It's going to
is
be
known
just in
for
those
being
tails.
small and skinny.
Yeah. But this was a fun sculpt. And again, this is really like the first project where I've had to do like monsters and animals and like crazy stuff like this. So it's, it's very
Well, this-
new to me.
This
I'll
is
say.
super cool too because there's a ton of nine-tailed fox models out there, right? But they're all kitsune, and they're all like happy, and they're supposed to be like good omens and things like that. Whereas these were like their evil, mischievous forms. So it's super cool to see one of these.
I put Princess Mononoke on the day that I was working on this, and even though those are giant wolves, I kind of liked the size and some of the poses they did.
Yeah.
Foxes are obviously very different to wolves in terms of their temperament and stuff, but I really wanted it to be like a menacing, powerful presence, So,
Yeah, I think it's great. It's great.
What else do we have here?
I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who has pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Like real talk here. Like I know we kind of bang on about a lot of random garbage, but we really do appreciate it. This is Doug's first published game. Doug is our longest employee. He's
also been
cut
here for the most time too.
the books, so this is also directly helping him develop as a writer by supporting him. I think that's really important to clarify as well. Like,
Yep, that's true.
We obviously really want to grow all of our games, and this goes for like Matt with Don't Look Back, Violent Dark. We've got Corey with Yavsika, and then we have Connor and I's games that we work. And then now we have Doug with HAMETSU. Like, it's really important. We want to make sure that they're getting what they need to kind of grow their games and grow these kind of beyond launch. And you guys showing up and pre-ordering is honestly the first step to that, and we're super thankful for it. So
It's
And
also-
go ahead, Connor.
No, you go.
It's very humbling to have so much support as a small business, and we absolutely cherish the fact that we haven't had to do a Kickstarter yet. We haven't had to buy into FOMO marketing. We haven't had to do any of that stuff, and we really, really, really do appreciate that a ton, because it matters. It does matter in the industry today. You're all tabletop gamers. Everybody knows it matters. So thank you guys.
I was just gonna say, it's nice for Ben and I to create something too that allows people. Like Doug he has written things before this, but he hasn't been a game writer. He hasn't produced a game. So to like hopefully set up an infrastructure to where he is now a game writer, and even if the company for some reason would go under, because Ben and I have been embezzling money into just hard drugs, he would still be a games writer even without us, and even people like Matt and Corey and people that aren't our employees. Like we're hoping that if all else fails, we're giving them the first step into a door into what could be a career, what could be a side project, what could just be fun, but something that hopefully we could have contributed to along the way.
Yeah.
We are $300 away from the resin miniatures, and I think.
Oh my gosh! I refreshed and we were like 500 away.
Yeah, from the
Why do
amount
you-
of clicking that Ben is doing, I think he's
Shush
in
you.
Photoshop currently.
Really
So-
didn't think we would hit that
Yeah.
tonight on the
So,
stream.
Oh
Doug, if you want to
God.
talk about this smoke monster boss, while Ben is just
Yeah. So
clicking
the
over.
is the picture of him up? I don't know.
Yeah,
Shit,
it
I'm
is.
so bad at this.
You're good.
So the Aninra, this is one of the bosses that can be rolled in like the random scenarios, and traditionally he was thought to like inhabit campfires, but since the cataclysm, they've been seen just kind of floating around on the countryside, wreaking havoc. This is a really cool boss in game. He functions, all of the bosses function pretty differently, but his is very interesting because he gets a third action that's random. You roll on a table every turn to see what his third action is going to be. So he may heal himself, he may disappear off the table and appear somewhere else, he may attack again. There's all kinds of different things that he can do. And this sculpt is wonderful.
Is he
wonderful.
like a fire boss or a smoke boss? Sort
He's smoke. Yeah, he's like a smoke monster.
Is his like unpredictable nature because every time you sit around a campfire, it immediately goes into your face, unless
Yeah.
you say, "Watch, it's gonna immediately go in my face," and then
Well-
it doesn't go in your face.
Exactly, dude. And like you get up and move, and then it blows in your face when you move. So
That's
in
cool.
in reading and doing research for this and the different bosses that I wanted in the core game, I stumbled on this guy, and reading his lore was so cool because most of these Japanese mythology has a ton of stuff in it, like an absolute ton. And these guys were one of the few that were not like designated as good or bad or like positive or negative. They were literally like a coin flip. You didn't know if your interaction with them was going to be a positive thing where they were going to potentially help you, or if they were going to like destroy you and your whole family. You just didn't know. And I loved that unpredictability about it. And so I kind of built that into the mechanics then, so that you know what his first couple actions are going to be, but you don't know who he's going to target, and you don't really know what his final action is going to be. So I think he's one of my favorite bosses for sure.
I think my favorite boss is for sure the final boss in the first campaign you're writing, and I saw someone leak this in the Discord a few days ago of the Oni, the demon that walks into a stall in a bathroom and asks you red or
Yes.
blue toilet paper,
Yeah.
and no matter what you say, it kills you.
It doesn't matter.
Except apparently
it
you can
doesn't
say, "Excuse me, I have to get going now," and then it will just let you leave the bathroom.
Yeah, if you're just rude and don't answer it, like, it doesn't care. But if you answer, then you're dead, man. You're dying before you get to pee.
Like, when's that hitting the game? I'm looking forward to that one.
That's campaign 2.
Oh,
that's
my
campaign
bad, my
2.
bad.
Yeah,
Uh,
the bathroom based campaign.
well, I mean, campaign 2. I hope you start getting writing because we just hit the next stretch goal.
Oh man.
Yeah, the only
Let's
I'm
miniatures
go.
going, guys. I'm going as quickly as I can.
The
alright?
only
My little
miniatures-
fingers-
have been
My
unlocked for
little-
purchase. Ben,
my
so this
little
is going to be
fingers
2
are
products, as I said earlier. You're going to have the first product, which is your 10 lesser Oni and your 10 regular Oni. It's going to be 20 miniatures. You will have your second product, which is the 3 captains, the 3 shamans, and the 3 lookouts. That will be a second product. Now, Ben straight up hasn't finished sculpting the lookouts. Just gonna just $150 with you guys. And so some of these renders are gonna have some silhouettes. That's okay. We're being very much pleasantly surprised by what's happening right now.
I assure you, they will not be silhouettes when we ship them to you.
Yes, we will not ship you a piece of paper laser cut into the shape of it, not even standing
yeah.
up.
It'll be just a black hole, and it'll steal your soul.
So if you want to
Yep.
add these, because these are the first purchased unlocked, if you want to add these sometime in the next day or two or hour, honestly don't know at Ben's speed. He is obviously working hard.
He's
Give
slamming.
me a minute or two.
Then
Give me a minute. Or two.
there will be links right here that you can click and go to your cart, just like as if you're going to add something like this. Add it to your cart, and when you check out, it should give you free shipping. Now, if you haven't bought anything and you buy this and it has free shipping, it doesn't matter if it's tomorrow or 10 seconds from now or when we're shipping this stuff. If we pull all these orders and you were just trying to cash in on free shipping without buying a tier 1, 2, and 3, I'm just going to refund it. And I'm probably going to send you like the angry face, like the one where you use the like
just it's not even the emoji. It's just like the
like the
text
typing
icon.
out. And I'm going to use the shift, not the backslash, but the straight up and down line that's kind of like extra bold. My man, that's my mouth. So yeah, that one right there. Aimless Guardians got me. Well,
Yep.
no, he used the frowny face. No, not Kosi. That's too sad. That's like it is just like sheer disappointment. Like the look on my father's face every time I come home for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. He's great. There we go. Tracy's got it. My father loves me, I hope. I'm pretty sure. I think he does. If he's watching, I know you do. But I'm going to keep the bit going. So you're going to have these products. You can add them to your cart, check out, hopefully with free shipping. And we'll consolidate your order and ship it out here in 6 or 7 months. Maybe less, hopefully less, if we can get this casting going.
Shuttled up.
Yeah.
What scale are all of the minis going to be? Okay, so everything is scaled to 32. Okay, but keep in mind, some things are taller, some things are smaller, some things fit on a 60 mil, some things fit on a 25 mil. The scale is 28 to 32. Our miniatures are scaled to 32.
The humans are 28 to 32.
Yeah, the game can be played anywhere in that range, right? Like, because it's mini agnostic, if you have something that's 25 mil that you super like, play with it. It's not going to make that big of a difference. If you have something that's 40 mil that you like, play with it. It's not going to make that much difference.
Yeah.
Had an issue as I ordered the Garden for my phone because I'm hearing from my iPad. No. Is it an issue that costs you money? Because that's a big deal, and we would like to not cost you money. If it's an issue like something mildly inconvenient, I'm going to let that one slide. But let us know if it costs you money. We're not about taking money and not delivering product. Like that other company that's apparently still in business. Shots
Shade.
fired. Oh, that one seemed
Shade.
petty.
5-head.
We're going to have to add some stretch goals tonight, guys.
Yeah, we're there. We're there, boys.
Thanks everyone for the support.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Let's see what do we got. So these sculpts, if you have bought the digital tier right here, you get them. That is the lesser Oni and regular Oni captains, yada yada yada. But if you'd like to purchase it now, or if you're not a 3D printing sort of person and you're not interested in the digital bundle, then they'll be available for purchase seemingly quite soon. And then these numbers are going to shoot up even faster. Every purchase that you make contributes to the total sales on a Backroom event. If you want to unlock more stuff, you or your friends can buy stuff, and it will contribute. It's not just the tiers. It's not just the book. So these are the goals right here. Probably are going to get spaced out as we start getting down into the 20,000s. I think up to 27 in like every 2,500 or something. But that also falls onto Ben's photoshopping fingers to get that done. Let's pull up a
I'm almost done.
Let's pull up
Real quick, I'm going to talk about the Oni packs since those are open now.
Okay.
So the Oni raiding party will come with 10 lesser Oni and 10 of the Oni regulars. That should be enough to play about 90% of your games. Okay, it's possible that you may want some more. If you're on the fence about it, get a second one. That way you'll know you'll have them. Okay, the Oni Champions pack that has the specialty Onis in it, one of those should do you. Now, 90% of your games. The way the game works is you roll for events to happen, and some of those events put fresh enemies onto the table. If you just get unlucky and you roll, it's possible that you may have to have more of something. Okay, do not feel pressured to buy multiple of them, because you don't need them for the game. If you have to stand in a random miniature or use a token of some kind to represent something, that's what it is. But that's going to be a corner case scenario. We've designed those packs to be as optimal price wise as we can get them, to get you everything that you need in each of the packs.
If you just buy one of this, one of that,
Right,
you should
one
be
of
good
each.
to go. You also, in my experience, if you need more than that amount of Oni, you're just not killing Oni fast enough.
You're not killing Oni fast enough, exactly.
Yeah, I think you should be killing Oni better.
Grumpy old man, will the Oni be at a special price or retail? They are discounted for the Backroom event.
Yes.
Just like the MDF, they are at a discounted price, and they will be a higher price once they go full retail.
After this Backroom event, we haven't touched on this, all of these products are going away except for the book. You can still contribute and buy just the book, not the tier 1, but literally just the book after this Backroom event closes. But until we fulfill this Backroom event, which, hopefully July, hopefully August, none of those products will be available for purchase.
Right.
So...
And let me caveat on that real quick. We're not sure what the final form of these products will be. So it's possible that they will be split up, they will be changed, the counts will be different, the numbers will be different, the prices will be different once we actually release. So understand that what you're seeing right now is not necessarily indicative of what the final product will be later this year when it goes to full release.
But it will be a better deal. That's right. We're not going to rearrange it and be like,
it will be
suckers. If you had waited 8 months, you would have saved $30.
It is definitely cheaper now.
Yes.
100%.
Okay, the Oni should be online.
Okay. You just have to update all the images of it?
If you scroll down, there should be a new section on this page of unlocked products.
Oh yeah, look at that. They're right here.
And you should, if I've done everything correctly.
Look at this silhouette.
Shush. Listen.
I called you out, man.
Listen. I'm trying.
You're doing great,
People
Ben.
are buying HAMETSU quicker than I can get stuff done. Which is great. It's a good problem.
Imperial Terrain John, make sure you're signed into your account, and it will add them. Yeah.
You should have a backroom shipping option in your checkout as well if you want to go in and buy the Oni.
Yeah. It should not charge you shipping again if you've already bought a physical tier.
Yes.
I can't go through all of
Because
this.
we will just consolidate all of that stuff and ship it all to you in a big box at the end of this.
It doesn't automatically combine the orders. That's a frustratingly manual process on our end.
Right.
But as far as you know, it is a streamlined, automated process. Yeah.
We're the automation.
This is typically
Tracy is.
Humans are
this
the
is
robots.
typically always a point of confusion for some people with backroom stuff, and admittedly it's not the cleanest process for us, but we really prefer to use our own website and be able to keep kind of everything in control. Obviously with things like Kickstarters, you have backer kits and stuff, but don't want to do that. So basically, as things unlock, you can just place as many orders as you want, and we'll just figure it out for you.
Yeah, and let's be clear, by Aimless Guardian, I appreciate it, I do. But by you guys going through the extra effort, it is 98% gonna fall on Tracy's shoulders. So Tracy, you're a champion.
If anything, you are giving job security to Tracy.
Yup. She is going to directly and indirectly benefit from this backroom, so it works for her.
Oh look, you opened up the Onis, and we've gone up by almost $1,000.
Let's go.
So this
my God.
isn't even technically unlocked yet, and the
Snatch
cardboard
up
punch
them
out
Onis.
tokens
Shush,
art is not
just
going
be
to happen.
quiet.
yet.
You guys
Man,
are
these
like
cave balls.
you guys are like lesser Oni, and you're just tormenting me right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my work done, and you're like,
You're the Oni shaman trying to dispel the boss from coming and eating everything. Even
Yep.
you're terrified of him.
Yep, exactly.
Oh. Cool. Oh, okay, you talked about this boss. Let's go back to boss.
Do we have any bosses left? We could go through the classes
We
too.
have one more.
That might
We
be
have
kind of fun.
One more boss.
what do we have left here?
The Daitengu.
Oh, my boy.
There we go. Daitengu is
Yeah.
up, Doug. Give us the 1, 2, 3 on this guy.
Yo, Ben. So I have to give Ben props for this because when he was asking me about like inspiration for these and what I thought they should look like, I was like, oh yeah, the Daitengu is just like the biggest and meanest of all the Tengu, and he looks like a Tengu. So good luck.
It's funny when I was working on this, I didn't really know much about Tengu. My wife walked in, she's like, "Oh, it's a Tengu," and she just walked out, and I'm like, "What?" I was like,
No,
"Okay."
first off, it's a
I'm like, fair
Daitengu, but second,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so this guy, he's traditionally in lore, they were like master swordsmen. So this is kind of the almost PvP element of the game. He is as good or better of a fighter as your hunters are. So going toe to toe with him is pretty tough. You got to be kind of sneaky and really plan your moves as a team to take this guy down. And I love the sculpt. Super cool.
He was the most recent one that we fought. Yeah, he was the last boss I fought, and we were pretty late. We did a good job with him, but there was this moment where I was like, "Oh, this guy doesn't seem so bad," and then he like half healthed our tank. And I was like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
oh no, we
Yeah.
need to finish this quickly."
I've now been made aware of the danger here.
Oh man.
It's funny.
That is, in fact, I think that's the last boss. Let's see. We hit Spooky Paper Bird. Did Spider Dude. We did Not Kitsune. We did Chibo. We did Smoke Monster from Lost, and now Master Swordsman.
Yep.
That's all 6 of them.
Yep.
Classes.
Shuttle Duck, yes, you will have until the 21st to add add-ons.
Doug, you have other bosses planned, right?
I do. Yep.
There is no shortage of amazing like Japanese mythology and lore and stuff like that.
Dude,
too.
that one that you texted me the image of yesterday, I've been thinking about that, and we definitely need to do
The
that.
toilet paper boss.
No.
Okay.
No, what is
that
he,
one?
the Tanuki? Is that
The
what he's
Tanuki,
called?
man. They're like the Lokis of Japanese mythology. They're like
Yeah,
gonna-
we should do one of those, and it may not even be a boss. I have a ton of inspiration to make that like some weird NPC or merchant or something that you engage with during a campaign. Like I
There
want one
is,
in the story.
There is one that my wife has requested.
Okay.
Which is a Roku Rakubi, which is the long-necked woman. It's like
Oh,
yeah.
it's like
that would be great.
very creepy. The thing is like to me it's a little bit more horror. So maybe that would fit into like DLB or something. But
Crossover.
I think it
her
would be
neck is
fine
so
here.
long, she goes out of the world of Hametsu and into Northwoods.
we get
She's
the
just
first
a time traveler.
we get the first Matt Burns like Doug multiverse crossover.
That's right.
And as she goes across the different universes, she travels by the lunar universe.
So
And the
we are
guys on the moon are like, what is that giant neck in the sky?
Yep.
we are
Yup.
probably within about 8 minutes or less gonna hit this cardboard punch out token. So Ben, if you can just wrap up
my
all of the
lord.
art and design for that real quick, that'd be great.
While we're on stream.
That'd be great.
Please don't.
Remember how you said you wanted to take some time?
Here
we
this
are.
is going to be a tier 2 and 3. So this is, while this is a digital product, and this was kind of a hybrid, because again, you get the scope for tier 2, 3s, and the STL for the digitals. This is going to just be in the tier 2 and 3. This is going to be just a token sheet. Now, am I saying that there's not going to be a print employee in the digital? I don't know. That's what I'm pushing for.
It would be super easy for me
because
to just like.
I'm on the customer's side.
Yeah.
It would be really easy for me to just throw the PDF in there. And honestly, a lot of stuff like that, like we typically tend to do that anyway. So
Honestly, the print and play will just probably go up on the site as a resource.
yeah.
But
yeah.
the nice
And,
cardboard
okay,
punch-out tokens.
one of the other reasons why we don't have finalized art for that is I want to wait to completely finalize the cardboard punch out until like the book is completely done. So I'll probably do like a piece of placeholder art so it isn't just like a black square.
Incredible.
But I do want to make sure that whatever the final token sheet we end up printing has like the maximum utility for you guys.
Yeah,
as
because
well.
there may be some stuff in it for like the Wolf and the Devil that
Yeah.
hasn't been finalized yet, but we'll put it on the token sheet because we have space and it's in the core rules and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So there's
And
a lot of
it's-
that that's still left to flesh out.
It's
but-
not like a massively token heavy game, which I kind of like. But I think tokens do always provide a little bit of like gaming utility. If you can visually just like look onto a table, it's like, oh, that's right there, rather than have to like use a dice or like something else. Like it is nice. So
It's a little more immersive too, which is nice.
yeah.
Did we want to talk about classes? School
Let's
of
talk about
Strength.
classes. Let's talk
Let's
about
do it.
schools.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna take you guys to school.
School of
School of
Strength.
Strength.
Take them away, Doug.
So School of Strength. You've got the Ronin there on the left. He's like your typical fighter class, high damage, pretty mobile, very aggressive, wants to sit in and go toe to toe with stuff. Not super tanky, so you have to kind of keep him protected or have a geisha around to provide buff spells or things like that. Sumo is a big time area control guy. We've actually posted a video about the Sumo character spotlight. Y'all can check that out at some point.
See if I can link that right now.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So we're gonna eventually do one of these character spotlights for all of the different characters, which kind of talks about like here's what they are. Here's a couple of their unique abilities. Here's how they function really well in a team. Here's some things they're weak at. All of that kind of stuff. So the Sumo is area control. He's really good in melee. He has a larger base, so he's good at like crowd control because he can keep things from moving past him. He's one of my favorites. I love the Sumo class, super good. And then we have the Gaijin, which is like a traditional European knight. He is like the epitomal tank character. He wants to be outnumbered in melee. He gets bonuses for that. He is very good at sitting base to base with things and going toe to toe with stuff and staying right there and not taking damage. He's very good at tanking, very good at sitting in melee. School of Strength is all based on like fighting and tanking mostly.
And would you say it's your preferred school? It seems like it's your preferred school.
It really sucks, man, because the Sumo and the Gaijin are two of my favorite classes, and they just happen to be from the same school. So I guess if I had to pick a school, I'd probably say School of Strength. But it's very, very close with School of Magic. Because I really like the School of Magic.
My favorite, I think, is the School of Stealth.
Which makes sense. Makes sense.
Just a sneaky
School
little
of
boy.
Stealth, this is probably the most diverse school. On the left, we have the Mitagi. She's like a traditional ranger class, uses a lot of ranged weapons and traps to lure enemies into bad positions, get them to step on these traps, and get them into situations where she can be in the advantage, right? She's a little more technical class to play, but very powerful if done right. Then we have the Shinobi, which is like a ninja stealth class. They function really well during the stealth phase and also want to take advantage of critical attacks. So in the game, anytime you attack outside of something's vision arc, you get a critical attack. So if you're behind somebody, it's a critical. And that gives you extra damage. The Shinobi boosts that and gets even more damage, extra die rolls, that kind of stuff. The Shinobi is also one of the most mobile classes and one of the most defensible classes if you can build them correctly. So I'm not going to go into how you do that. Y'all will have to figure that out, but
My
they
man,
are
my
they are
man
super
takes
good.
rogue tanking. He's just dodging left and right. He's
Yeah,
just
yep,
oop, not
exactly.
there. Oop, not there.
Yep.
Oop, not there. That's it.
Yep.
He also has
Exactly.
a huge scar on his face too. If you zoom in on his eye,
Okay,
which
I'm gonna zoom in.
underneath that mask, he is very. Look at that. I love it.
Are you just like really proud of this scar?
Yeah. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's a
It
cool
does.
scar.
You did a good job with these. I just think I like these sculpts the best. Like the Matagi is so cool looking.
Ilio said, you mentioned before
Oh.
that you have more ideas for classes. Are those
Hold
for
on,
an
Doug.
expansion?
Hold on. For some reason, let me just do this real quick. And let me go to your camera that it apparently is not on. And okay, so now give me a talk. Nope, doesn't do it. Weird.
7.5 out of 10.
Okay,
You hearing me?
for some
Am
reason
I
we
broken?
can't hear Doug whenever Ben is the focus.
Weird.
Yeah, anyways, we're back to your face, don't worry.
Interesting.
Okay, so Feziolio said, you mentioned before that you have more ideas for classes. Are those for an expansion, or will they possibly be unlocks? Both. I've got two.
Two.
How much information do we want to give out? I have
You
two.
can talk. Yeah, I mean,
I
you're
like-
the writer.
I think the amount
I
of
have-
information we need to give out is when you say I've got two, we need to
Yeah,
have a talk.
listen. Well, yeah, I'm visualizing the three things that exist in each one
I
of
got
those.
you. Okay.
I have two new schools that I would like to add to the game, which is 6 more playable characters, and I hope that we make it high enough to get to one of those as a backroom unlock. I really want to.
One of those schools, I feel like thematically is just baller. It is just incredible.
Yeah.
The
it's
other
very
one,
good.
I think, playstyle wise, would just be super fun. So I hope we get both. And then
I hope we get both.
then there can be school expansions, and there is a little bit of in this first campaign. There is a little bit of some story reasoning on why potentially these new schools are coming into play.
Yeah, exactly. During the first campaign, this first school that I want to unlock, it plays kind of a role in that. Your hunters will interact with this school in some way. So I really would like for us to get that far to be able to do it.
The geisha support class character.
Yeah, Geisha is Connor's favorite class right now.
Yes.
And Geisha is super fun. Geisha can be built. She's probably the most diverse class, honestly. You can build Geisha as Spellblade, where she wants to sit in and cast spells and fight melee. You can use her as a straight support caster, where she just sits in the backfield and buffs all of her teammates. Or you can build her as a debuff caster, where she tries to get in there and debuff enemies and make them easier for your other hunters to get in and deal with them. She's probably the most technical to play. I would say she is the most crunchy of the classes. If you want to get the most out of her, you really need to kind of min-max how you build her. Connor's in that spot right now where he didn't start that way and is like, man, I'm not quite good enough at any one little thing that I want to do.
Yeah, it really messed up.
Yeah. So, but because of that, there's now an option in the core rules to re-roll your stats. So it turned out okay.
Good at looting. It's like my whole geisha schooling was a charade. Is that charade? Charade?
Yeah.
It was a
sure.
cache. Because I never learned any actual skills. I was just picking pockets all the time. And now that I'm on the battlefield, I don't know what to do besides just continue to pick pockets.
Indie Invasion, my wife loves bards and is really looking forward to that school. I will tell you, if she just devotes all of her focus into building a support geisha, it will be the MVP of your team every single hunt.
Yeah.
They are really powerful. Really powerful. the stuff that they can do, and the abilities that they can grant to the other hunters is really, really nasty. There's actually a I'm not going to tell anybody what it is. We'll see if anyone catches it when the PDF goes out. But there's a Magic the Gathering reference in one of her abilities. So we'll see if
We're gonna get sued.
Wizards of the Coast, they're coming after us, man.
Yeah, it's OGL, it's fine.
All right, School of Magic. Last main character.
School of Magic. All right. On the left, we've got the Onmyoji. This is like your traditional mage or / wizard character. He is high DPS, does a lot of damage, very, very squishy. You have to keep him behind people. You got to keep stuff in between him and the Oni. This is like the guy that doesn't want 2 or 3 lesser Oni on him because he's going to be in trouble if they do. You really gotta be careful with him. He also has like the big splashy explosive spells. So if you're one of those people that like to play like Diablo Mage, or one of these games that like even some of the Magic classes in World of Warcraft that had these big splashy AoE spells and stuff like that, this will be right up your alley because that's kind of the way he's
if you want a straight Emperor Palpatine, a few demons, this is your guy to go for.
Yeah, Chain Lightning will go a long way.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
The middle
is the monk. So the monk is in the School of Magic because he's kind of like he's almost a healer.
He's a bit of a paladin.
On a melee.
I would say he's a paladin.
That's a better way to list him. Yeah, he's probably closer to a paladin. He has soft heals, but is a pretty viable melee class. So you can get in with him, get into melee, bang around a little bit, and he can stand his own as well as most of the other fighter type classes.
When you said soft heels, I thought you were going to say soft hands.
He's a soft hands character.
Soft hands.
My man knows how to deliver a strike and put on lotion.
That's right. And then the last guy, we got the Bunraku. This is the puppeteer / necromancer class, depending on how you build him.
He attaches
the puppeteer part,
little things to his victims.
Yeah, exactly. The puppeteer part of him allows him to take control of enemy models that are on the table and act as them. And the necromancer part allows him to raise killed models and have them kind of scurry around the table and act as hunters for the purpose of targeting and things like that. It's very powerful, and it does a lot towards taking the heat off of your other hunters, and you can just like clog up bosses with zombies and do stuff like that, which is really interesting. In the like random scenario generation games, his use is kind of niche, but there will be some campaign missions where he will be super good, because you can just like grab somebody and walk him through the enemy encampment and go do an objective that your hunters don't even have to get in to do. So
damn.
There's definitely some versatility with him.
Has the potential to be pretty powerful, I guess.
Yeah, he does, and he has a lot of high damage spells as well. So he can definitely put out some hurt if he needs to.
That's cool.
It seems as if do a little refresh here. He did. We have now unlocked, I think.
Look at that.
Almost. Oh, Ben's already got it. We have now unlocked the blacked out non-punch card tokens. Congratulations. If you are in a tier 2 or 3, you will get that punch card tokens in your everything else.
It's just a black piece of construction paper.
We are
Thank you, guys.
Honestly, okay, design brain though. Like matte black tokens with UV.
Oh, that would be sick.
On them.
Those would be gorgeous.
Would be awful to use, but they would look amazing.
No, foil
industry changing idea here. Okay, listen, I probably shouldn't even say this on Twitch because someone's gonna steal it.
Yeah.
The problem that games have.
Let's do the old baseball thing where we huddle over and cover our mouths.
The problem that games have with like trying to put something stealthily on the table. What if we could make thermal tokens that like didn't expose what they were until you held them in your hands? and then
Oh,
it
this
like
was an actual
showed what
idea.
icon it was.
This
Yeah,
is a
no,
real
like
idea.
we should do this. Write this down.
Patent pending.
This is a great
Patent pending.
idea.
Patent pending.
I was
Patent pending.
I was memeing so hard because I thought
Yo,
this was just a very
Doug's
elaborate
on here
bit.
just dropping
No.
like insanely good
That was-
business ideas. Actually, it's out there. We're gonna do that. It's already.
Yeah,
If you
that's-
guys
that's
see
the
this
next
before
stretch
the
goal.
end of the year, you know, like this is where it happened.
Write that down.
This
Write
is where
that
we came
down.
up with the idea.
Okay.
I know for a fact that there is paint and like effects that you can put on things to do that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Ben, we all
like-
lived through the 90s. Like, everyone knows that there's thermoreactive dyes out there. Just no one's put it on tokens before.
Sheesh.
Lord.
I need to take my dog out because she needs to go out. So
Go do that.
We
I'm
are...
gonna go do that, so she's not sitting there being sad. You guys continue.
All right, we are a few $100 away from unlocking the last unlockable thing, which is these digital.
Yeah,
cake
we
bits.
did not prepare.
No,
enough.
this was. I'm gonna be honest. This was supposed to last us till tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah. You guys have blown this out of the water, and
So,
we cannot thank you enough.
thank
guys.
you so much.
Seriously.
Let's keep it going. We're gonna once Ben gets back, we're gonna have to probably. See, and I have the same chair. Ben and I have the same chair.
Y'all are sitting in the same chair. You're literally just like two sides of a coin, man.
I don't
What
know.
is happening?
I think mine may be a different color, but I think we have the same
Oh
chair.
my
Um.
god. Oh my god. Oh, another Connor face emote.
Oh,
Amazing.
classic. So we're probably gonna have to wrap it up here pretty soon once Ben gets
Yeah.
back because we're gonna have to smash out some stuff. Single brain cell at PSS leadership, and it's devoted entirely to our chair choice. What a
Right.
what a worthless brain cell.
Yo, while Ben is not here, I do want to
Yes.
say this. Ben has absolutely killed this
Yes.
launch.
Yes.
Everything that you guys see as far as artwork, design, the sculpts, all of that stuff is Ben. And you got to understand, we decided we were going to make this game at the end of October. Okay? So everything that you guys see, he has done by himself, doing like long hours, putting in the work. He has like killed it. Absolutely killed it. Ben is the MVP for sure.
To be fair, I did make a blank wall piece in Fusion that he then spent. and
You're
made
right.
into-
I should give
So,
credit where credit is due.
yeah,
Connor has
I-
done like 3% of the work.
I also spent at least 30 minutes on a project related to. He's
and I expect my due, okay?
yes, he absolutely has done everything you said and more, including these killer pieces of art, which are just really some next level stuff. Loving art they put out for too. Yeah. Okay, Doug. So let's look at the list. Let's talk about. I need to make sure I'm not gonna like flash it on. Let's look at the list and
Let's just dox ourselves real quick.
yeah, let's talk about the next few stretch goals because we're gonna be seeing them pretty soon, anyways, right?
Yep. Let me get there.
Let's see. So, speaking of MDF,
Oh yeah, boys. The next unlock, MDF, baby.
yep. So if you like
MDF.
the look of the mill, if you like what Doug's done with his MDF designs, you're gonna love the next unlock. Then we hit the 20. We hit the 20,000 mark. Free. This is gonna be added. Everything.
Yep.
Got some survivors. Watch us sit down in an hour and be like, "Now let's do this instead," because this would be way. See.
Maybe.
But,
Maybe.
so
We'll just do it as well.
So yeah, there's some scenarios, right, where you're finding some old citizens of Japan.
Yep.
You're finding some peasants, some survivors out there. You're gonna be some pretty cool sculpts, and they're a little bit different because they're not like the gratuitously shaping monsters or these heroic, necessarily heroic class sculpts.
Yeah.
So
These are gonna be like, you know, some just average people that are just trying to get by, and all these monsters running around.
Yep. The Notice Senpai, you have been noticed. Thank you for your tier 3 and digital.
Thank you.
Ryan, that is true. Big ups to Doug, the breakout design. It's this Hametsu project has shaped up to be something, I think. I'll say it, much more unique than I anticipated. Maybe it's just because I consume a lot of anime out there, but this is, I feel like, well, there's like animes and stories similar. There's been this smash of your ideas and gameplay, and this leading of Ben and his execution of the art that has really come in its own. So, like you said,
Thank you. Yeah, I
big
think
ups.
I think it's working with Ben has been so great, because I give him like little snippets of the world, little snippets of things that I'm thinking, like, hey, what if we did this? What if we did that? What if this and that? And then he takes it and runs with it, and then he makes this gorgeous art and these gorgeous like landscapes and all of this stuff, and then it inspires me, and I'm like, oh, what if we do this with the game? What if the rules are affected by that in this way, and stuff like that? And man, this just like constant rush to get this done has been a lot of work,
Yeah.
but very fulfilling, and it's been great.
Oh, Benjamin, always not around when we say nice things. What a
This was your
scrub.
experience with Yafsiga too, Kosu? I believe it, man. I think there's a lot of value in that back and forth between the creative and the rules writing. So I've really enjoyed it, honestly.
I'm
he's
cold
back.
now.
Welcome back, Ben. We were just talking about how the design work could have been a little better, but
Yeah.
I think it's passable.
Real
for
7.5 out of
point.
10, but it's
I don't
fine.
know who did all the design work in this game, but he is garbage. Needs to really step it up, I think.
I haven't watched all the dev videos, but will there be solo rules? Senpai, it is a solo co-op game. It's for 4 hunters, so either you play all 4 hunters, or you and 3 friends play 4 hunters. There are no solo rules, because the game is built for that. You just play it by yourself, and you control all the characters.
Yeah. Did you shout out Malev?
No, we do need to shout
That's
out
it, though.
Malev.
Malev the Shinobi. Maybe getting his own alternate sculpt sometime soon.
I hope so.
But he's done an absolutely fantastic job painting up a couple of our miniatures. Like bringing these characters to life. Sumo, incredible. Look at this guy. Look at this belly. Look at it. If I zoomed in on this with this color tone, you may say that's not a belly. But then you pull this out, and like it's the most beautiful belly that I've ever seen.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at. I just want to like pat, 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 pat. Anyways,
And then he just crushes you.
And then he
grabs
just
a hold of
crushes
you
me
and crushes you, man.
for my stupidity, man. He also, let's see.
I really like sending miniatures to Malev because I give him very little, like, in terms of design direction. I'm just like, here you go. And he just, like, makes them look amazing every time.
Yeah.
You know? It's sometimes I'll be like, maybe he should be yellow or blue or something, and that'll be it. And then he just kind of like does his own thing, which I really like.
And he just
If you're
nails
not,
it.
if you don't follow Malev on Twitch, he's in chat. He spends a ton of time painting our stuff on stream too, so
Yep.
he's really fun to like go and hang out with, and just like he's a good friend.
He's a
of
great
ours,
dude.
so
Yeah,
I always
he's a
like
great
to
dude.
shout him out when I can.
We're
All
very
right.
close to unlocking. Oh man.
Guys,
So
It's
we're
gonna
gonna
be a long night.
yeah, we're gonna have to go soon because as I refresh this page, we are yet but $22 away.
Oh my god, dude! I refreshed 30 seconds ago and it was
Yeah.
at 15.5.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
$22 away from
Ugh.
unlocking the last thing that we had listed that was supposed to last us a day. You are all champions. Thanks so much. Sleepy Face 7 put in their order and potentially was the culprit there
Yep,
of
that
our
was it.
I don't know
of our
why, but
fortune.
that name almost just
Sleepy
like
Face
made me
7.
crack up. It's
Is
just
that how
like-
you feel right now, Ben? Are you sleepy face right now?
Yeah, well, yeah, just like it just came out of nowhere for me all of a sudden. It's just all of a sudden, just Sleepy Face 7, you know. And
Sleepy
I was
Face
like, wow,
7. I mean, yeah.
it's crazy.
I think it's
So
a great name.
we're probably gonna wrap this up. I don't know if there's anything either of you guys can think of left that you want to squeeze in here. We've been live.
I wanna shout out Doug for writing this incredible
yeah.
game.
We already did that
who,
while you were gone, but you
oh.
can continue.
Oh, I listen. I don't mind hearing it again. Go ahead, Ben, for sure, please.
Shout out to Doug. Listen, we are trying our hardest to like build a platform where indie writers can get their shot at publishing something. And I think so far we're doing a really good job. We are
Yep.
really passionate about first-time writers, about getting people their game published, but not only published, but published and do it justice with gorgeous artwork and layout and minis and all that kind of stuff. We really want to make these projects shine. If you have a game that you want to see published, if you're writing a game, if you think that you want to start writing one, just remember, reach out to us. We're really open. We really love collaborating with people. Doesn't mean we'll publish everything. There has been
We've turned a
projects.
few down.
Yeah, there's been people that have reached out that we've not been able to. It just doesn't fit into what we do. But we'd love to chat with you and we'd love to hear about your project. These games only can become a reality with your guys' continued support of us as a company.
For sure.
As a small business, we rely on people just coming to the website and buying stuff. You know, we don't exist with huge reserves of cash. We don't run massive Kickstarters. We really try and grow carefully and slowly. And this is kind of the next iteration for this. We have a lot planned this year. We've got huge plans for Don't Look Back. We've got multiple other games in the pipeline. So this is kind of the first thing to kick off what we're planning to be a really big year for our Black Side publishing side. So
Yeah, we're really leaning into this year.
yeah. So I also want to shout out our staff as well. Doug obviously is our production manager day to day. He also wrote that game. But we have Tracy who ships our packages. We have Travis and Brittany who run the lasers. And we have James who's our material prep and painter. They all do an incredible job. And I think it's also always important to just thank our entire team.
I think it's valuable to mention here too that this project would not have been possible, not even like figuratively, literally would not have been possible without them.
Yeah,
because they literally are the backbone of the company, keeping it running on a day-to-day basis. So that is,
I can
set all of this up.
I can sit here till all hours of the morning and sculpt stuff. It doesn't really matter if I don't have staff that can get it packed and shipped and cut and all that kind of stuff. So it is we are really fortunate to have a really good team. And I always just want to make sure I thank them because it's really important.
Yeah.
And thanks again to you guys for all the support. I think we've killed all these goals. So I'm going to go eat some dinner. My wife's cooked me a lovely dinner. And then we'll get some more goals listed tonight.
For sure. And as you're sharing, make sure you mention, first 24 hours. If you guys are buying in the first 24 hours, you get that extra MDF pack.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll change it and it won't be there. That's the only FOMO that's going on with this is just that. First 24 hours gives you the bonus and that's it.
Yeah. And come hang out in the Discord if you want to just hang out with us, hang out with our staff, chat to Doug, ask him questions about the game.
Yeah, for sure.
We're also always looking for additional playtesters as well. We have a lot of projects in the pipeline, so we really would love people to come and help us out with that. And we're
Yeah.
also probably, I don't know, Doug, if you mentioned this, we're probably going to look at doing another open like playtesting day before
Yes.
this goes to print.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Once
So-
once we have layout and everything kind of finalized, we will print like beta copies of the laid out book, and then we will have some people come in and actually try to use the rule book and go through it and make sure everything flows and makes sense and catches errors and all of that stuff. So if you're local, if you're close, reach out to us. Let us know if that's something that you're interested in doing.
If you're not local and if you're not close, you can still come, but you can't stay at the shop.
That's true, and we're not
Yeah.
paying you anything.
Yes.
legally, you
But
cannot stay at the shop.
You can still come. Yes. Thank you guys for this incredible amount of support on this evening. This actually went up a little bit more. We're gonna have our work cut out for us. This is one
Yep.
of potentially 8 major projects that we've got coming in from all different directions this year. A few of those
Some
are
new writers,
brand
which is
new
exciting.
writers. You know, those are continuations of some old stuff. We have a game that's almost entirely going to be digital, like digital release. We're really going to be doing a lot of cool stuff, even outside of what I think is cool stuff that we're already doing. So, thanks for being along for the ride of the first 2 hours of Hametsu, and we hope to see you on the next one.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Fun hanging out. Thanks.